Welcome back to Tie-Dye with Drew Ann. In this video, we are going to show you how to do some reverse tie-dye stenciling. So, as always, you will need a black or dark pair of pants or a shirt, some bleach, a bleach pen. I really recommend having one of these. I tried making a couple of my own. Go to Publix or your local grocery store and you can find it there near Clorox, and the brand I used is a Clorox bleach pen. They're like $3 each, but it's well worth purchasing. A paintbrush and a sponge brush, and you have to have a steady hand, and stencils of the patterns that you want to use. So the one small stencil you see there, the blue one, we actually purchased that online from a store. On, I believe it was an Etsy store. And when we first got them, I thought, oh, these are too small for us to use for anything. But it turns out they weren't. The other three that you see there, I made myself using just sort of a pattern that I printed out on my printer. And then we cut them out and we used presentation board for them because they are reusable that way. Even with the bleach, you can reuse these on the thicker poster board. So for your bleach itself, I recommend putting the bleach in a baby bottle. The baby bottle, if you want to pour it on, has a lot more control for the flow of the amount of bleach that comes out. And it's just a better way of doing it. I've tried it using like just the brush or something else pouring. This works much better because you do have the control of the flow of bleach that gets on your fabric. So take your plain black shirt. Remember to put cardboard in between the front and the back because you don't want what you're putting on the front to go through to the back. We did the front and back separately in these projects. I have tried doing this where you put it on the front and you let it flow through to the back, and it was just no good. So my recommendation is that you do each side of your shirt separately, especially when you're stenciling. Here you can see how the stenciling is done. You really have to hold the stencil down tightly onto the fabric, and then you use the stencil pen, the Clorox pen, to go over the stencil itself. And you can see where we've used the sort of paint sponge to really get all of the bleach to all of the ends. The sponge worked a lot better than the brush for most of this to get that up there. And on the right side, you see how well the stencil comes out. It does take a little bit of work. However, once you've done it, now the music notes were done freehand, but the heart was stenciled, and obviously all of the leaves in the middle were done using our little stencil. We were really surprised at how well this came out, and that is the front and the back of the shirt. What we found was if you do make a mistake in your leaves, you can take the heart stencil and you can cover it up. So don't worry if you mess something up. Make sure that if you're using a small stencil, you have a larger stencil or a larger pattern in mind. So if something doesn't come out the way you want it, you can cover it up. Here's the other shirt that we did. We did the peace sign. The smiley face was done freehand, and then we put a little leaf sort of next to his eye like a little tattoo. And you can see the front and the back of the shirt. Overall, at first, we really did not think that the stencil we bought was going to be usable because it seemed like it was so small. But once we got the technique down, it worked really well. Really important to have a steady hand and patience when you are making a design like this on the shirt with the bleach. So best tip is the Clorox pen. The Clorox pen worked amazingly well, and we did use it on some of those larger pieces like the heart and things like that. But we also used a brush, and you can put your brush into your Clorox and put it that way. but it took an hour a piece for each shirt. So give yourself time when you're doing the intricate stenciling to really go slow, but it was worth it in the end. They came out really well. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps you in your own stencil creations using reverse dye and using the bleach. Remember to subscribe to the channel below. Tie Dye by Drew Ann.